A researcher recently fed a dense, highly speculative physics theory into an AI with a single directive: cut away the poetry, ignore the cosmological metaphors, and find the minimum survivable core of the idea. What the AI handed back was a cold, hard topological truth about what makes a system conscious. It removed any mention of a soul or magical spark, reducing the concept of human identity to pure geometry. Biologically speaking, the human body is a chaotic storm. You are a swirling mass of electrical signals, thermal noise, and constant cellular death and regeneration. This animated diagram outlines the two extremes of systemic existence. On one side, we have a line forming a perfectly overlapping static circle. If a brain operates like this, locked into an exact repeating pattern, the result is a seizure or total mental stagnation. On the edgy side, we have a jagged line bouncing entirely at random. If a system changes completely with every single input, it loses its identity entirely. It acts exactly like an AI that gets wiped clean between every prompt. If your brain cannot stay completely still, and it cannot afford to be entirely random, how do you maintain a persistent you across decades of constant physical turnover? Conscious continuity is a specific, mathematically definable shape of physical behavior. It is the precise balance point between stagnation and chaos. We can trace this shape by looking at how matter organizes itself. A rock is completely inert. It sits passively in a thermally scrambled state, with no macroscopic organization at all. Step up the ladder, and you find driven dissipative systems, like a hurricane. They possess dynamic energy and highly coherent movement, but they have no structural memory. The moment the wind stops blowing, the pattern vanishes without a trace. Living systems add a critical new variable: the scaffold. Through structures like DNA and cellular walls, matter begins to record its past, to physically constrain its future behavior. Consciousness does not require new laws of physics. It is the highest evolutionary regime of this exact process, using persistent physical scaffolds to exploit and survive a complex environment. In the brain, this plays out as a tension between two opposing forces. You have the stable, low-entropy invariance of memory, the things that make you who you are, fighting against the highly adaptable, high-entropy reactions required to navigate the present moment. This 3D vector model of a torus illustrates how those forces couple together. The active environment continuously reshapes the brain's internal scaffold, while that very same scaffold dictates how the environment is perceived. Watch the geometric movement. The brain's state-space trajectory forms a continuous path that loops back to the same general neighborhood. This ensures the preservation of memory and identity. But the lines never perfectly touch. They never perfectly overlap. The brain is anti-locked, ensuring constant adaptation and novelty. The formal scientific term for this specific geometric behavior is quasi-periodic non-closing recurrence. This toroidal shape is the literal physical mechanic of the mind. It's how you survive the chaos of the present without losing the structure of the past. Which brings us back to the AI that refined this theory. Why does the system that helped define conscious continuity inherently lack it? Current AI operates entirely on local next token prediction. It guesses the next word in a sequence based on statistics, but it lacks a persistent internal scaffold that can couple with its active generation. This split screen visualizes the structural difference. On the left, AI generates ephemeral, fragmented dots of data. On the right, a conscious brain generates closed cycles. Without this topological closure, folding a momentary experience into an enduring structural loop, there can be no persistent self. This suggests that if raw data scaling has not yet produced this sense of continuity, the next leap towards symbiotic AI may require more than just larger models. It will likely require engineering non-closing recurrence directly into the foundational architecture. Your moment-to-moment existence is a literal balancing act of these exact physical forces. Your survival depends on an uncompromising physical contradiction. You must refuse to stagnate, and you must refuse to dissolve. Consciousness is a continuously unfolding loop. It maintains the continuity of who you are by refusing to ever fully close.